last year around this time, I was deathly sick. My illness kind of started end of April, beginning of May. I'm somebody who is a fairly healthy individual. I will get sick occasionally every few years, get knocked down with the flu every few years, but that's kind of it. I usually can get right back up, back on my feet, and no problem. So end of April, I started feeling sick. Beginning of May, I started having fever and, headaches and just lethargy and body aches and stuff. The fever would respond to Tylenol and ibuprofen. At about 10 days of being on a consistent regimen of that, I went to the doctor to say, this is not normal for me. I usually can kick stuff, so what do we think this is? Did not have insurance at the time. And so I went to a local establishment in our county that has doctors that work there and nurses, and they can do all these medical tests and everything, but you pay cash. They specifically are geared towards people who don't have insurance. And so that was me. I went there beginning of May and was given a round of antibiotics because we thought fever, you're fighting some infection, let's, do this. The antibiotics really didn't do much. Obviously was connecting and talking with a lot of my girlfriends at work and friends in the area and, girlfriends across the area online and stuff, and asking, telling them my symptoms and asking what the thoughts are. Of course, we threw out a ton of different autoimmune diseases, maybe Lyme's, maybe I think it's the Babes-Ziola virus, also from ticks. I don't ever remember getting a tick bite, but, we thought, well, maybe. My cat had kittens in that time too, and so we were thinking maybe it's cat scratch. Don't ever remember getting scratched, but again, we just were throwing out any idea there because I was continuing to get sick through the month of May and stay sick. I was on that round of antibiotics for about 10 days, and it really did nothing. And I went back to this doctor's office, and so we tried a few different, tests again, mostly checking different autoimmune diseases, an A&E panel it's called, and then she gave me a prescription for steroids, and that tended to help for a few days, but right when that prescription wore off, my fever was back up. I tried letting my body fight this fever out, and it would continue to climb to 104. I felt like I was just gonna pass out and I'd have to take, some more ibuprofen or Tylenol and that fever back down. And so it was just a continual round of visits to this establishment, checking different tests, trying something else, like some different medicine, back to the drawing board when that inevitably didn't work. And so finally, end of May, I decided I'm just gonna go to the local emergency room. I need to get the whole gambit of tests done so we know what's going on. I'm not going to leave this place until I have a diagnosis. I knew it was going to cost me a pretty penny, but at this point I was so sick that I didn't care. Put it on my credit card, ruin my credit, I don't care. I just need to figure out what is going on with me. And so I'll share more in part 2 about what the doctor's office or that doctor's visit told me.